Yeah. At some point, we need to touch on the North Korean poop balloons.
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that right now. And then I got something I'm fired up
Okay. It's pretty much exactly how it sounds. North Korea has been launching poop balloons into South Korea. So South Korea, they do this to North Korea a lot, right? On the border, they blast K-pop constantly because they're like, listen to our music. Like, you guys don't have this shit. And then they send over leaflets a lot about like how much life is better in South Korea, why the North Korean regime is so corrupt, and like how, like, why we should unify and you want your life to be like how it is in South Korea. So to retaliate, North Korea has just started filling bags of shit, tying them to balloons and sending them over the border.
So not even like lit on fire shit. It's just
bags of
just
shit. Poop.
And wherever it lands, now South Korea's got a shit problem to deal with.
Yeah, and I think that's great because if they were firing rockets, obviously that would be horrible. That would lead to a war where thousands and thousands of people would die. But if you're just using poop balloons, it's like a much safer alternative to warfare, but still extremely disrespectful.
Yeah, still annoying.
Yeah, very annoying. And I feel like sending a poop balloon into someone's yard is like the most disrespectful thing you could do to them besides actually bombing their yard.
Now, is it human poop?
Yeah, I think so.
Is there a guy that's pooping into balloons? Or are is he pooping on the ground? Is it a lot of guys?
I think they have some camps where they could probably get people to poop.
You think it's prisoner poop?
I would imagine.
I mean, I don't know for sure if it's human poop. I just jumped to that conclusion.
They don't have like pets in North Korea.
I'm sure they've got like stray dogs and stuff. Probably some people have dogs.
But I mean, that would just be a hilarious thing to do to a friend. Send like a poop balloon floating into their backyard.
Oh. Yeah. Oh man, this is fucked up. They're pretty big balloons too.
They said there's a whole bunch of stuff in it. There's like
sometimes it's just like trash.
Yeah, so it's like trash, batteries, stuff like that, and sometimes they have feces in it. And they said that it's the first time they've done it. They used to do it in 2016 as well. There was like, it's like a form of psychological warfare, I guess.
I guess so. I think it's probably a bunch of teenagers in North Korea.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. If you're growing up in North Korea, you want to pull a prank on somebody, launching a poop balloon. That would be a lot of fun, right?
So much fun.
It would be the best. I could actually envision myself doing that just to my neighboring town growing up.
Sending it over the border of your like high school rivals, just launching poop balloons.
There's a big wind blowing from west to east. I'm going to send 3 poop balloons over to Reston.
I don't know. I mean, something I really want to launch.
South Lakes.
I really want to launch
Lakes
a poop
High School.
balloon.
Yeah, it's homecoming week. It's homecoming week for some high school in North Korea, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna fuck with our rival."
Send them up.
Now, if it is a military operation, that's very funny too, in a different way. If it's a military operation, it means that there's like guys in suits that are meeting in rooms, talking about the best way to float these poop balloons over.
I mean, poop is pretty dangerous. If you even get like a little bit of poop in your mouth, you can die. I know you ate horse poop once, right?
I did, but that was for hockey.
Yes, and I do think, I have no proof of this, but I feel like horse poop is the cleanest poop out there.
It was mostly hay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was New York horse poop too, which probably not that clean.
No,
but I did get it. I didn't get it off the street. It was in that little diaper type thing that follows a horse.
Oh, so you got it right out the diaper.
Right from the source. Yeah, right from the source.
How was that?
Do you want me to talk about the flavor?
Just the whole experience.
Wild. This is wild. You got lucky. The chemical constituents of horse manure are not toxic to humans. Horse guts do not contain significant levels of the 2 waterborne pathogens of the greatest concern to human health risk.
There we go.
So you could just shovel horse shit and be perfectly fine.
You'd be healthy as a horse. Yeah, you'd be fine. What happened was when Madeline's Cleveland Cavaliers won the NBA championship, they were so excited on the streets during the parade, and one guy just ran out and he was just so pumped up. He was like, "I'm going to eat this horse poop," because they had like horses in the parade. He just grabbed a big thing of horse poop and just put it in his mouth. And so we're like, this rocks. This is the way to celebrate a championship. And then a little bit later, I think it was a year later, maybe a year and a half, the Capitals were in the playoffs, and I was like, I would be so happy if the Capitals won. I would eat horse poop, just like the guy in Cleveland did. And then Hank was like, "Wait, what was that? What'd you just say?" I was like, "I would eat horse poop." He's like, "Would you eat horse poop to get you to the Stanley Cup?" And I was like, "Yeah, if it meant that we get to the Stanley Cup Finals, I would 100% eat horse poop."
Oh, that's wild.
And so in the playoffs, I think we were about to play the Penguins. Might have even been during the Penguin series. I went to Central Park, got a little nugget of horse poop, put it in, chomped down on it, and then immediately threw up. But Hank was with me as a witness. He saw it go.
So you did this before they even got to the final?
I think so. I think I did.
That's outrageous.
I need to go back and look at the timeline.
Did you swallow it?
No, immediately threw it up.
That's fucking gross, bro.
Yeah, it was very gross. It was nasty.
I'm gonna throw up just thinking about it.
He's a man of his word. There's a lot of people who make bets and don't follow through.
Not my finest moment, but I did do it, and I'm glad that I did because we won the Stanley Cup.
I'm trying to think if I would do that for a national title.
Tennessee national
How about
championship.
this? Would you drink piss for a national title? Because like piss
Absolutely.
is yeah, okay.
Yeah, football for
But
sure.
Not your own piss, like maybe like horse piss, but just like
That's fine.
a sip.
Piss long before poop.
Yeah, because it's very sterile. Like it's perfectly healthy to drink piss.
And like you would throw up, but you could just like down it real quick.
Yeah,
As
if
opposed
you
to
close your
a
nose and take
literal
one shot.
piece of shit.
A shot of piss for a national title.
What about? Would you rather drink Mincy's piss
Oh,
fresh off a big weekend?
stop.
I'm talking about like a crazy
Stop.
a wild Mincy's piss off a wild weekend. You have to have 8 ounces of it,
You can say whatever you
eight
want
ounces?
next, and it's that.
or a little like a pebble-sized turd of your own.
Oh, my own for
Eat
sure.
your own shit before
Listen,
men's piss?
I can. I've always I'll go down with my own ship. I can live if I make a mistake. That's fine. I will eat my own shit long before I would drink Mincy's piss.
Yo, how often do white dudes have this conversation?
This is
I
the
don't
first
think-
for me.
Yeah, no, this is the first.
I've had this once or twice.
Bro, because I used to go into, I think I've said this on the podcast, bro, but I used to go in the locker room, bro, and I'd be like, Arian, yo, bro, okay, would you rather drink a gallon of horse cum or be banged in the ass? But I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? And it was like all the time dudes would do this shit, dog. It was like the wildest scenarios, eating the weirdest shit.
Yeah, fuck them for trying to include you, right? Fuck their friendship, I guess.
That's weird as fuck, bro. To walk into work and be like, hey, would you rather eat horse balls or bull nut? And it's just like, bro, what are y'all doing? It's
Y'all
weird,
got a
bro.
lot of time to pass.
How about
Yeah, man.
shrooms or piss? Would you rather drink piss or eat a full eighth of shrooms?
I don't know.
That should not be a hard
Right.
decision. Come on.
Shrooms change your life, bro.
Would you eat 2 full mushrooms? So enough to give you like a pretty decent
I mean, I
experience.
have no frame of reference for how much that is, but
If Tennessee wins the national championship, 2 mushrooms.
yeah, I guess.
Yes. Okay. All right. I am now the biggest Tennessee football fan on planet
Yeah,
Earth.
football.
Yeah,
Football.
yeah.
Baseball, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Basketball, I'd take a little hit.
Okay. I'm pulling for I'm a Leva. Is that how you say his name?
So wait, are you
Nico.
saying if Tennessee wins the national championship, you are going to do 2 shrooms?
2 shrooms. That'd be like
If y'all aren't trying to fuck me, an amount that is reasonable.
That's reasonable.
yeah.
It's not a hero dose or anything.
I think that would just
you'll
be
feel
like
it, but
2
you're not
grams.
Like, what are the what are the side effects?
It would be the perfect amount, and it would not. You'd be fine.
The side effects would be you may become liberal after
If that's the concern,
Yeah.
that won't happen. So that's
no, so
fine.
there's literally been no overdoses on psychedelics.
that just
Yeah.
can't be true. That's just
Look it
not
up.
true.
Dude, psilocybin has never killed anybody, bro. Look at it.
So by overdose, like if you have a fuckload of LSD, you can definitely alter your brain. That's if you have a ton of it. But if you
That's
have
true.
if you have 2 mushrooms, then the side effects are going to be you're going to have a great time.
Mhm.
You don't die from it, bro.
I googled overdoses on psychedelics. It came up with help is available. Speak with someone today.
Are you are you a Tennessee football fan?
Yeah, that it should come up when you Google Tennessee football schedule.
Yeah.
But for a football national title, I'd do almost anything.
Would you become liberal? Would you turn full lib? I'm talking about the most annoying lib. I'm talking Rachel Maddow lib.
Okay, well, am I just espousing this shit publicly, but I don't actually believe it, or I have to believe it?
I don't think you have to believe it, but you have to live it. So every time Matt Olson hits a home run, you have to be like, that was a great home run, but I really wish that he was trans BIPOC.
Well, this season we don't have to worry about that too much, but for one, get 2 in 4 years, I think I'd do that.
2, okay.
Because then you had a run.
Yeah, but then you know what you're gonna have to do as a liberal. You're gonna have to start digging into the problematic history of Tennessee football after you've won those championships.
That's fine.
Okay, but you still get to experience the championships.
Yeah. No,
you get to experience the championships as a conservative.
Okay.
But then starting at the parade of the second one, you have to be like, this is such a waste of taxpayer money. I wish that we were funneling this to libraries instead.
But that would be so worth it just for those 2 years where they've already won a title. Now you've got, let's say 2 years later, they're going to win the second one. And you're just basking in that euphoria. Then you get another one.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, okay, yeah, from here on out, do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. I hope that happens. Although you did not commit to that. You said you hypothetically would. You said that you would, in fact, eat 2 mushrooms for a national championship.
If Tennessee wins a football national championship.
Such a glorious time.
Back to these balloons. Do you think that it's gonna start like an arms race with more shit? Are they gonna get bigger?
I mean, we have balloon technology to carry a fucking truckload of poo.
Yeah. Are they gonna start sending up airplanes to shoot down the balloons like we did with the Chinese one? Are you allowed, if you're South Korea, are you allowed to shoot these balloons down with rockets?
Yeah, you just want to be careful of where it's gonna land.
The rockets have shit in them.
If you just shoot a balloon with a rocket, I feel like that would cause more problems than it would solve.
Yeah.
You have to fight poop with poop.
Agreed.
You can't fight poop with rockets. Or maybe should they fight poop with piss and just be dropping buckets of piss?
Buckets of piss. If you had like napalm, but piss, just like bombs that were filled with pressurized pee.
Yeah.
And they hit and just pee goes everywhere.
The great poop and piss war of 2024.
Yeah. I mean, this is how World War III starts.
Yep.
I didn't know that it was illegal to visit North Korea.
I mean, people have.
Yeah,
but
you can.
No, not that you can't anymore. I just looked it up.
Yeah, I think while Trump was president,
in
it was made
2023,
illegal.
U.S. Department has issued a level 4 do not travel advisory for North Korea, making it illegal for U.S. citizens to travel there with a U.S. passport.
Yeah, and I think that rule was put in place after Otto Warmbier was locked up for stealing a poster off his hotel wall. And then he was they assigned him 20 years of hard labor. And then after a year, they returned him to the U.S., but he was in a coma and then died a few days later.
Holy shit. Yeah, if you traveling, do not do anything wrong. You have no idea. There's no way I would do anything close to illegal in another country.
Yeah.
Well,
Turks
especially North Korea. I mean, North Korea is its own.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't stop PFT from doing illegal activities in Hong Kong.
Quiet.
Yeah.
And Qatar.
Quiet.
Y'all are crazy.
Double quiet.
I do have a take.
My only crime in Qatar was respecting the brilliance of the Emir too much.
And I don't know if this
I
is
can confirm.
I don't know if this take is even suitable. This might be too much. Otto Warmbier did not deserve what happened to him. Obviously, that is horrific. He did fuck up. I mean, you have to be I don't want to speak ill of the dead. What he did was remarkably stupid.
Yeah, although I can see myself in a world where I'm in a country like that and I've had a couple drinks and I take a poster. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take this home.
I would call you remarkably stupid if you can see yourself doing that.
No.
I wouldn't be shocked if his like frat back in the U.S. was like, you have to bring us back a souvenir from North Korea. And so then on his last day, he was like, oh, this poster on the wall looks sick. But I think you can probably just buy a souvenir somewhere there. Yeah.
In the airport?
A crazy thing is I met Otto Warmbier's best friend at a bar here in Chicago. And we've hung out twice now. He's a nice guy.
They'll send
never
Dennis
heard of
Rodman
this
over to
before.
you.
There's
Dennis
a whole-
Rodman negotiating the release was wild.
Yeah.
What's up with that dude, Bill Richardson? He used to be the governor of New Mexico.
New Mexico, yeah.
I think he was libertarian, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And he's kind of become the chief negotiator recently. Like anytime somebody, an American citizen, gets in trouble overseas, it's like Bill Richardson is going to talk. Is he just like a great talker? Is he a practiced negotiator? What's his deal? What's his skill set?
Yeah, I wonder, how do you get that job?
I'm really good at negotiating with dictators.
Was he Gary Johnson's
is-
vice presidential candidate?
I might be mixing up Gary Johnson with Bill Richardson. I don't know if Bill Richardson was a libertarian or not. Maybe we can look that up.
I
but-
believe I think he was running with Gary Johnson.
Okay, he was the governor of New Mexico for a while. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. So here it says how Bill Richardson found his most important calling. And I think it talks about how he got into it.
Actually, I have a note about Bill Richardson for later when we're talking about coups. He played a part in
Yeah, he pretty much he had a mix of powerful connections and down-to-earth affability that was on constant display, especially in hostage diplomacy.
Did he do Brittany Griner? Because we lost that trade.
know.
Bill Weld was Gary Johnson's running mate, not Bill
Okay.
Richardson.
Yeah, it says he helped secure Brittany Griner's
He did?
release.
Could have gotten more in return.
Yeah, I think it's just his passion. He's like, I'm pretty good at this. People like me, and like I love helping families that like have a member abroad.
Yeah, I think that the big mistake with the Brittany Griner thing is he did not realize what the other person's nickname was when he made that trade.
Have we heard from the Merchant of Death recently? Is he merchanting?
I don't know.
Still,
I
or-
have to imagine he's involved with something going on in Russia. Does Russia need weapons right now?
I would imagine so.
So probably he's probably in the mix, probably doing some stuff. But if Bill Richardson had known that this guy's name was the Merchant of Death, he probably would have been like, "Hey, can we also get that journalist too with Brittany? We're do a 2-for-1 deal."
And there's a Marine still in Russia, right? Like in Russian prison.
I think there's a Marine there. I know that there's a Wall Street journalist that's still over, or Wall Street Journal journalists that's still over there, and they're basically just like giant pawns right now that Putin's using. Putin doesn't like coups.
No,
Does not like them at all.
Does any leader? Generally not if you're the one being cooed upon.
There are a couple coups where I could see myself as that leader and be like, yeah, you know what? House arrest, not so bad. If that's what, like, let somebody else can take over the country, deal with all the complaints. If you just lock me in my mansion for the rest of my life, I'm cool with that. I had a good run.
yeah.
House arrest honestly sounds fun. Let's see. Anything else we want to get into before I go off my little tangent here?
You see that? Speaking of the libertarians, did you see Trump go to the Libertarian convention? He got hella booed.
Yeah, they booed the fuck out of him.
And then he said, "Fine, just keep getting 3%." He's so funny.
Yeah.
He really is, dog. I hate that he is.
He's hysterical.
Oh, he did bring this up. The guy that is in jail, Ross Ulbricht, the guy that started the Silk Road.
Yeah.
Remember, we did an entire episode on him. I think, did we become free Ross guys or Ross?
I think y'all did. I'm very skeptical of this movement.
So Trump said that he would free him if he got elected, which you have to be skeptical about because he had 4 years to do it and he didn't do it when he was president. Now he's saying, if you elect me, then I'll do it. But a lot of people are in favor of this. The guy Albrecht, he was locked up for drug trafficking. He was locked up for solicitation of murder, and there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff in the chat logs that came out that showed that I think it was FBI, kind of goaded him into a lot of these things. I think that the drug trafficking charges are not. I don't think those were the strongest charges. I think being like this guy tried to kill people, that to me would earn you a big lifetime sentence like that. The drug trafficking charges, where he did not actually partake in the drug trafficking, he just had a website that did it. I feel like that is a real dicey application of that law, and he probably should not be charged on those grounds. But yeah, Trump's saying he's going to get him off, being like this guy's not a threat to reoffend, which he might be right about. But I also think that Trump just said that so that he would have people applaud for him at that libertarian convention.
Yeah,
Good choice. He's a good politician.